Hey all, it's Reddit Jedi here with the best Reddit stories and Reddit tales. For today's episode, what is the strangest thing a partner has said or done during sex that instantly killed the mood? I've said it before, but she asked, how do you last so long? Do you think of your grandma? While I was inside of her god, the partner was me. Giving a hand job to my boyfriend, now husband. Things were hot and heavy. He was getting close and my brain was trying to think of sexy things to say, and before I could stop myself I said, yeah, gotta get all the milk out. Needless to say, hard to continue giving a guy a hand job while he's laughing his ass off and saying, what the fuck did you just say? Edit. I did not expect people to find this much joy in the idea that I milked my husband. I sincerely hope now that anytime either of you are using the last of the milk, that epic sentence is uttered. She wanted the blinds open in our apartment during sex, pretty much right after she mentioned she could see the bridge where an ex killed himself doing some foreplay with the girlfriend, now wife, and fucked it up bad. I wanted to say, I can't wait to suck your clit, but instead I said, I can't wait to suck your dick. She started crying laughing. Mood is completely gone. Still lie awake cringing every time I remember it. Edit. Wow, I'm glad so many people find this so funny. Thanks everyone for everything. Now when I lie awake at night thinking of this, at least I know a lot of people find it funny. Smiley face. This is fucking hilarious. I love all the stories, but this one is my favorite. Earlier this year, was having fun with Hubs and needed a breather. I tapped his shoulder and said, hold up, I need a sec. He paused and said, huh? Just a sec. I need to catch my breath. Oh, that makes more sense. I thought you said, I like 50 Cent. I mean, he's okay, I guess, but I wasn't sure why you'd bring that up now. I also laughed until I cried, but miraculously the mood remained intact once I regained my sanity. What I hate is that you can never tell what is actually going to kill the mood. What I said above. Mood is dead, super dead. Mid-sex and one of our cats is throwing up in the room with us while the other one is screaming. Nah, we are still going. Clean it up after. I need like a chart or something that shows me what is and what is not okay. Me, not her. Going down on my wife and my mind was wandering. For some dumb fucking reason I remembered that her mom had called about coming over. So, as my wife is heading to climax I stopped, looked up, and asked, did you call your mom back? Fucking idiot. Why haven't you finished yet? Am I not pretty enough? Accompanied by crying. I am by no means bragging, this was not hours into a marathon sex session to put porn stars to shame. We are talking, in the first 5 minutes. It was really disturbing and off-putting. We did not last long. Why haven't you finished yet? Am I not pretty enough? Accompanied by crying. We are talking, in the first 5 minutes. This made me super uncomfortable, IDKY. Not me but a friend. They were naked, just about to get to it, when the guy looks at a shelf, says, oh you got magic cards. Then gets off the bed to go look at them. All while still naked. I was the one that said it. Back in the day, my husband worked nights throwing freight at a grocery store. There was this old man who worked in another department, and on busy nights he would walk around saying, you're not gonna finish, then cackle and hobble away. So, while we were getting busy, I got on top and in my best impersonation of this old man said, you're not gonna finish. The revulsion quickly turned to laughter, and I still do it every once in a while, not during sex though. During intense foreplay, she answered the phone and talked for about half an hour. Mood was killed, embalmed, and buried. I feel you. My ex and I were at foreplay and suddenly his cell phone start ringing. Instead of ignoring it, he answers the call, because it was his dad and could be an emergency. Fair enough for the emergency possibility, but it wasn't one. Then he talked to his DOS on the phone for 20 minutes about things which could have waited and was angry that I wasn't in the mood anymore afterwards. Edit. Some suggested I should have given him a blowjob when he was on the phone with his dad. While I like to occasionally do this when I enter a room and see my partner on the phone, I have to say when you are already past a certain point in foreplay I want to be completely focused on my partner and my partner completely focused on me. And we were past that point for a while. Oh yeah, talk thrifty to me. These condoms are expensive but I got a pack on sale. Oh baby, I also had a coupon. Oh yeah, you saved so much. It was $1 off and they only double up to 99 cents, but I asked for a manager to approve an override, HNNNNG, IDKY, but I told my GF that I like her pheromones. She thought I said, bare moans. She was offended. It was one of the first times we had ever had sex with each other. Still together though she called me Ken. Ken was her dad's name. Edit. Thank you all for the rewards and upvotes. I can't believe that my highest upvoted comment is not only about my ex's incestuous fantasy but also the highest upvote between this and my main. Had a girl ask me to hit her once. When I said, turn around then, I'll spank you a bit, she said, no. Fucking hit me. When I go to work tomorrow I want people to be worried about me, so I lost my erection, got dressed and went home. It killed the mood but was funny at the same time. So, there's a video my boyfriend showed me of a turtle having sex, don't ask. The female is kinda just like sitting there, not making any noises whatsoever ever, but the male is making a weird, H-E-E-E-H-H-H sound. Skeptical smiley face. Anyways, right as my boyfriend came he made the same exact sound the turtle made, spot on too. I don't think I've laughed that hard in the times we've had sex, before or after that time. He laughed too, but it did kill the mood the rest of the night. I'll occasionally bring that up, but only after so that I know we've both came that night. My buddies and I discovered that video back in high school. We used to do it to each other like a freaking greeting. Passing the hall. Just make eye contact, H-E-E-E-E-H-H-H-H, and keep walking. Good times. My ex told me he wanted to share a fantasy with me while we were in the middle of foreplay and proceeded to try and explain, in his sexy talk voice, how he wanted to fuck my best friend. I had a buddy in high school whose sister walked in the bathroom as he was getting out of the shower. She told a friend of hers, and it later got back to him, you should hook up with my brother. He's got a big dick. Trust me, I know, it was me. I was talking dirty to my wife and I called her vagina, a vagina. Something like, I'm going to stick it in your vagina, with the word vagina said all breathy and slow. She burst out laughing. It's probably been 10 years and she still brings it up. Too much air introduced during doggy style. I tried to tell him I thought a queef was about to happen, and the sheer force of the queef blew him out of my vagina. We both fell over on the bed laughing. The mood was dead, but we laughed until we cried and had stomach cramps. Just to clarify for people, dudes, who don't know, a queef isn't like a fart. You can't hold it in or control it in any way. Edit. I have been informed that some women can hold in a queef. I had no idea. I thought it was as impossible as holding in period blood, since there's no sphincter there to control. I have seen the error in my perspective. It is clearly possible to control queefs and I simply cannot. I have talked to several other women about it, and I definitely was under the impression that it couldn't be done. I was the first uncircumcised boyfriend she had. And she found my foreskin fucking hilarious. We were masturbating each other one night. I was doing my best without getting cramp in my hand. I then suddenly realized that she was playing with my foreskin. Not sexually, but like, not sure how to put this into words, gently flicking it, like you might do with a zip on a jacket. I was riding cowgirl in 2 seconds from body shaking orgasm when he full on practically wound up his arm and slapped the fuck out of my face. We'd never talked about slapping being okay. I fucking hate being slapped, in fact. I was absolutely livid. A guy I was having sex with slapped me so hard in the face once, without asking if it was okay or if I was into it, and I promptly returned the slap just as hard. I don't play that game. Also, just adding my name to the list of women randomly slapped hard in the face by a man, also during cowgirl, but when I tried to say something he choked me until I almost passed out, and he finished. There was no reason it should have seemed appropriate. This was our third bang and prior it was pretty vanilla. Told me she wanted my babies. Second time hooking up. Then she tried to take the condom off. I chalked it up to kinky talk, but later she poured the contents all over herself in an attempt to get pregnant. I quickly got her a towel and told her to leave. Edit. Since so many people don't get it. She didn't just pour it on herself. Not my partner, but his cat walked up and laid on my chest in the middle of us doing the deed and started loudly purring and drooling. He needed loves too, I guess, lol. Edit. Thanks for the awards, kind strangers. I've worked in the sex industry in the past, particularly in the BDSM scene, so have had a lot of weird requests. The weirdest by far was a guy who wanted me to pretend he was a pig, not call him a pig and degrade him, genuinely pretend he was a pig, not totally strange as I've had a lot of clients into pet play, but this guy wanted me to talk to him about how I was going to turn him into roast pork. In the end he ended up breaking free and going on a rampage, knocking down decorations and ruining the gathering he was supposed to be being served at. This was all whilst he just lay on the floor with his eyes closed and writhing in pleasure. He came before he was actually caught and turned into pork. Super strange experience. Edit. I didn't expect this to blow up like it did. Thank you for the awards, people. This was the first time we were having sex, so after some kissing and foreplay I told him I had to go pee real quick. I went and sat on the toilet. A few seconds later he comes in, sticks his hand in the toilet midstream, cups some of my pee and drinks it. Then went on to ask me if I could pee on him. I'd never been so confused in my life. We had not discussed if this was okay or a thing I'm into. I'm not kinky at all and this shook me. Come on man, just do it. She's peeing right now. Just go in there and drink her piss. She'll love it. But what if she hates it? Nah, that won't happen. She's just like you, she gets it. It'll be amazing, his thought process. Probably. We had the TV going in the background. Suddenly Pokemon comes on. Dude stops and just starts singing the theme song. Edit. No, we're not married, we were in our teens at the time, lol. He was a good dude though, so I wouldn't have objected. I do have a wonderful long-term partner who is adorable and treats me well, so all is good. I'm a black woman who was dating a white guy. Things were pretty normal until we got intimate. I was on top, he was enjoying it and said, God, I love n*GGER pussy. Never in my life have I gotten dressed so fast. Edit. Thanks for the awards, guys. And I know it's hard to believe, but this is 100% true. Never spoke to the guy again after that. Picture it, our anniversary 2015. Him, are you okay? It looks like you're bleeding. Me, I'm not bleeding. Him, oh my God. My dick is bleeding. He tore his frenulum, poor guy. A partner had had laser hair removal, and when I touched her vulva for the first time, she said, just like a underage girl. I've never moved my hand faster than I did then. She was in her 50s, and after she realized what she said, she apologized and swore never to use that phrase again. An Elmer Fudd impression. We were home during the day and decided to get frisky. Noticed the window was open, so said we had to be quiet, to which my husband replied, be viewy quiet, I'm hunting wabbits. Made me laugh, but killed the mood. I've gotten used to it now, but my girlfriend of 4 years will just bring up the most random shit in the middle of sex. Doing it before we eat breakfast? Asks what we're gonna eat mid-thrust. Doing it in the evening? OMG, wanna hear a funny story from work. And basically any other random thing you can think of. He got a notification on his phone that he checked. Turns out it was Tinder and he matched with his ex who had broken up with him earlier that fortnight. He showed me her profile and asked if it looked like in her profile photos that she regretted breaking up with him. She had a Tinder profile less than 12 days after she dumped you. No, she doesn't, mate.